Did you know that the first recorded time that humans kept rats as pets was actually in Japan during the Edo period in 1603? See, having rats as pets is nothing new to the human species, but there's often misunderstanding when it comes to how to properly care for them. If you're interested in keeping a furry friend, then you've come to the right place. I've kept rats for years, which makes me very excited to share this topic with you. And by the end of my presentation, you will have a full Hitchhiker's Guide to Owning Rats for beginners. Throughout my presentation, I will cover 3 main points, those being how to properly purchase rats, the second being how to prepare their home for their arrival, and the third being some important considerations for when you purchase rats. So you've decided that you want to get rats, okay, but how do you purchase them? Well, the first thing to keep in mind is that rats are social creatures, so they should be bought in at least pairs of 2. And actually, the Tri-County Humane Society published an article in 2017 stating that the best way to get rats for beginners is getting 2 females, as they get along better with each other than males do in beginning stages. The best way to get a rat is from an accredited breeder. And if you're not sure how to find an accredited breeder in your area, you can just go onto your computer and search up American Fancy Rat and Mouse Association, or also AFIRMDA. Click on their site, and they have accredited breeders listed for every state. You can just click on your state and find one near you. That's how I got my rats. As well as that, some people like to buy their rats from local pet stores, and some good ones in our areas. If you're located in Spokane, you can go to Northwest Seed and Pet, or if you're located in Cheney, there's always Pet Paradise as well. So now that you have an idea about purchasing rats, well, how do you prep their home for when they arrive? The most important thing to do is to get them a proper cage. And right here I have the Critter Nation cage. This is the cage that I use for my rats. It is 39 inches tall and 2 feet by 3 feet. Very spacious and tall because rats really like to climb. As well as that, you want to make sure that you are getting them healthy food. And the Tri-County Humane Society recommends Oxbow Essentials and Massery, which again, I feed my rats. You also want to avoid wood chip beddings like aspen. They're known to carry lice and things that are toxic for rats. And a good alternative is paper-based bedding. And I have 2 brands here, So Fresh, as well as Full Cheeks, which you can find at most pet stores. Rats also need things to chew on, so you can do that with paper towel rolls, paper towels, newspapers, apple sticks, or you can go to your local pet store and buy chews from the small animals section. Some important considerations for when you decide to get rats are that rats are very curious by nature, so they need to be let out of their cage to explore as much as possible. Typically once a day is the best option. As well as that, when they're happy and excited, they do something known as chittering and boggling, where they crunch their teeth together and make a kind of sound. And if they're really excited, they'll boggle their eyes in and out of their sockets, which can be really scary for first-time rat owners. But don't be afraid, because it means that they're very happy and you're doing a good job caring for them. They also need annual vet visits as they're prone to respiratory illness and tumors. So throughout my speech, I've covered how to purchase rats properly. I've covered how to set up their homes accordingly with food and bedding and their home in general, as well as some important considerations for first-time rat owners. And my purpose here is to give you a guide for beginning rat ownership, or a hitchhiker's guide, because rats really are such great pets, and we want to provide them with the best life that we can, and we can do that by caring for them properly. That way, we succeed as owners to our furry friends.